Dan here, DD Speed Shop, 57 Chevrolet 2-door hardtop. Ratty, real ratty. Anyways, so today we're working on this car, clearly, but I DD Speed Shopped it and I forgot to do an intro to the video. So buckle up. We're gonna go ahead and put the front clip on this thing, put some trim on it, make it look like a freaking car. Last bit of test fitting before we carry on to a pile of welding. But you know what? I watched a video the other day with Merlin Johnson. He was talking about his 57 hardtop, Newbern's 57 hardtop, and I feel like I'm going to enter myself into that club and maybe even be the Rattiest 57 2-door hardtop. But that's it for now. Enjoy the video, and should be a good one. It actually was a good one. I already did it, so I know it was. Well, it's a new day. Ultimately, we're looking down the barrel of a pile of welding, but I'm not ready to do that yet. What I am ready to do is piece it all together, make it look like a cool car. Cool car. Also, I kind of want to see what parts I have and don't have. So we've been kind of, I'm going to say test fitting the front end, but we'll do that a little bit more securely, you know, kind of make a mount for the fender and all that, get that all kind of dialed together. Here's the stuff I want to show you. So I got a pair of these. They're pretty roached, but these are the inserts here, and these are like big bucks to buy new. But essentially, you can kind of see about where those are going to go and how much of that welding they're going to end up hiding. And if I can find the trim, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm gonna do a whole, I think I'm gonna weld that up and we'll just give it a quick skim coat of filler, but it ain't really that important. Now I have boxes upon boxes of tri-fi parts. So here's kind of the main one. We got hood hinges, we got fender trim, we got inner trim. This is miscellaneous stuff I have. These might be fender spears. I don't know if it's even 57 stuff. All this is the window regulators. We have tail lights, and I mean, obviously it goes more and more in there as we search deeper in I pulled out the Shed of Doom. Fuel tank, so that's a brand new one with a new sender. Miscellaneous stuff there. Hood bars, HVAC stuff. Oh, this might be door stuff. Why do I have this? Huh, hang on, we gotta check this out. Doors. Never know when you have too many Tri-5 doors. So a lot of this stuff, it may not all work out and be perfect, but it'll be better than it was. Oh, this might be 4-door stuff maybe? Yes. So it is in fact 4-door stuff, but we have 4 of them, which means we can scab them all together. I think I have some other little bits and pieces back there. In that box was some of this stuff. Goes around there. We have a fuel tank, filler neck. There was trunk hinges. There was hood hinges. There was dash bits. I have a cluster. I have a new column. There's a lot to be put together here. But I feel like, you know, we got to take a page of like Boyd Goddington here. You got to build it first, test fit it, take it all apart, body and paint in like a weekend, and put it all back together. So that's the plan. I'm going to get set up here. We're going to fit these fenders and core support. They look like they're mediocre at best, but as you can see, like the trim around here, all that stuff's missing. Well, this one has some of the stuff. But yeah. It's gonna be ugly. I don't know if I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna run this stuff or not. Inner fender's gonna be a trick with the fender well exhaust. But yeah, let's make it look like a car. What do you think? What do you say? Jump cut. So we got to this point. I hung the fenders. We've seen me do it a bunch of times now. You know, I think I'm missing a few bits. Shocker. There's a bar that goes across here. I don't know if I have that. But worst case, we can build something that just kind of holds the fenders together. Obviously, we'll have to bridge that across at some point or not. Now, the issue we're running into, this fender doesn't have like a little kind of whoop-de-doo deal. So we made one out of some, a little bit of angle iron. So I think what I'm gonna do is basically bolt that kind of in the middle for some, you know, travel. And then if I slip it behind the fender, it should fit. Well, I guess I gotta clean this a little bit with the grinder. Clean that up a little and just weld it in, and it'll be fine. Because obviously we have to kind of push the fender in, get the gap going. I just have this piece of, you know, fence baling wire to hold the fender from falling off. We have it lined up with a pin on the bottom. So this thing, I've probably talked about before, there's pins at the bottom of the fender and pins at the top. So I don't know if they were trying to have this thing be like a flip kind of front end or what, but whatever. Ugh. This has enough gap. I mean, it's kind of ugly, but the door still opens, and that's all that really matters. All that really matters. So let's get set up on the tripod real quick here, and I'll do a little messing around. Right. Well, let's just go right now, actually. No point having to edit in a little jump cut there. I'll just take too much of my time. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean this fender up real quick. So everybody, squint your eyes, close your ears. One more. That one just for good luck. Okay, now we're gonna put this piece under the fender. Ooh, maybe it's an over the fender. Okay. Take our bolt. I'm gonna just go ahead and bolt this right in, because we're going to adjust the fender with welding. I think that's how they did it right from factory. So why we do something different? Okay, that's centered. Turn on the old prime weld. What's it set to? Ooh, she's set pretty warm. Dial it back a little bit. Okay. So now, this is where two people would be pretty handy. But snatch that together. Okay. That's a pretty good fit just like that, I'm thinking. Oh, no, lost it. Okay, hang on. Give her a tack. I think we're good. Whoops. Don't. Just be good. Well, we got some funniness here with the fender going forward, but ultimately it just needs a little ligament. We're doing pretty good. I'll just show you here. This is all we did. I'll finish weld that at some point, but that's on there. Ain't going nowhere. Now we're tight. Here is good. This obviously has got some flexibility. This is actually sitting in the hood pin hole, but as you can see, the fender is clearly not happy, and that, I mean, that's where the old rocker was. So you do have to kind of adjust that back in any which way we want. Maybe a new hole drilled, or this could just be a little kerfuffled. Honestly, this piece might have to be reskinned. She looks a little on the crusty side. But yeah, now the nice thing about Tri-5 Chevrolets, the hood hinges actually bolt to the firewall, and on 57s they actually do attach to the fenders, I think. Yeah, some sort of clamping piece. I don't know if we have that option, but we do have a couple of miscellaneous, I don't know where I got them or if they came with the bin here or whatever, hinges. So I'll put those on there, and then, you know what? The hood might be fine thread, and they fell off the roof at some point. I'll find some fine thread hardware. I might have to run out and get some, but I'd like to get that kind of set on there and look like a friggin' car. Can you imagine? What a concept. Dan here, DD Fight Shop. So Mer's not...
Why are you already saying we're gonna fight? We don't even ever fight over hood.
Mer is summering, or wintering, somewhere warm. So we got the best help I could afford that was inside at the time. Woke her up from a nap. She's looking good. We're gonna put this hood on. Oh. So it's gonna be awkward, I'm not gonna lie. She's a floppy mess.
Me or the hood?
Yes. Oh God. But it is a 57 Chevy hood. And this thing probably hasn't had a hood on it and who even knows how long. Oh God, whoops. Whoopsie daisy. What side do you want to grab? This side? Because all my tools are on the other side.
Okay.
Now it's going to be a bit of a hassle because there's no springs in the hinges and there's nothing on the front to lie on. Oh, it's not that bad. Yep, you have to tilt it. Oh, the paint! Okay, just slide it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, now.
Oh, my hands are right here.
Really, if you just do one of them, ish, then we can just sock this thing together, and hopefully it'll work. Okay, I'm gonna move it. Okay, see what happens now. Basically mint. Honestly, it's not that bad. If we had a hood bar on it, wow, it's ugly.
It's very ugly.
I love it.
Good.
All right, I'll see you later.
Okay.
Okay, well, the hood's been on for 8 seconds and it's already a shelf. Just pulling stuff out. So we have hood bar, some of the fender stuff. 57 Chevrolets don't look like much until they have some, you know, a little bit of flavor on the front there. So we'll have to do something with all that. I like to put some of that on. We got the Rockets. Kind of feel like these are, oh yeah, right hand. They are different, left and right. So those all kind of fit in there, you know, stuff like that. We have some headlight. I think we'll put the rings on. This actually, as it turns out, is kind of a schmozzle, but there's some, I think that's 57 window molding maybe, or Bel Air stuff, but unfortunately, the fender stuff, that's 55, I think, or 6 maybe. Here's the 57 stuff I did have. It's pretty roached out. We're at the bottom of the barrel. If I have kept it at this point and haven't put on 57 Chevrolet, she's pretty rough. But, I mean, we can straighten that out. I don't have any clips or nothing. I did find a lot of this stuff kind of left over. This is 4-door, but you can see that's going to go there. So I'm going to be missing this front section. I do have, I'm stuck, the top bit, so that can kind of go on like that. And then I found a pair of these that go like that. And I actually, this is clearly a 4-door piece based on the way it looks. I don't know the 2-door stuff goes over it or what. I know it's 2 pieces, I believe. So we're missing the bottom bit. I think we can modify these, a little bit of welding, maybe make, you know, make a door kind of piece. We have our Bel Air script. Oh, that's the other side. So I think, yeah, we're gonna. I think I have enough stuff almost to make They go on the side. I have no clips, but Murr, who is not around to say no, he's got double-sided tape, a bunch of it, so I'm going to go borrow some. And if I can just stick all the moldings on, make it look like something, and then that'll give me an idea of what I have to bodywork and what I get to cheat on. So that's pretty perfect. I'll get on that. We might have, I looked in the basement. I don't have a fender bar, hood bar, whatever you want to call it, the actual steel piece that holds the fenders together. That's a real bummer. Could look for something, hard to find one. I have a grill, but it is beyond beat. But we might put that on there. We do a bumper, and I have some miscellaneous stuff in the back. I don't know. I want to start going through here and just see. So I have this stuff, but I believe that's inside trim. Yeah, it's a different angle. Obviously, it's not the right side, but I think that's inside stuff. Yeah, like we got bits like this. So this will be a passenger side. Driver side's 2-piece. And then I think there's taillights in there. All sorts of stuff. Oh yeah. Taillights. Oh, that's gas door. Top of gas door. Oh, with the little top piece. It's amazing. And then all this, that's going to be window stuff. Trunk hinges. Buy a car in pieces. But if you're going to do it, make sure you know what the hell everything is. Because I tell you, I've had enough Tri-5s apart, I can kind of field identify what these things are. But you'd be throwing bits away and not even knowing what it is or what you need or what you don't need. Or if you're missing one piece, you don't even know what you're missing. So let's go get some tape. We'll get some self-tappers so this can kind of zing in there. This thing will be a Bel Air before you know it. I'm back. That's not fender trim. As it turns out, that's going to be 150 trim for the back or something like that. But we're going to put it on the fender and pretend it identifies as fender trim. So I went to Murr's and grabbed some of this. Now, before anyone says, oh, you're stealing from your old man, I did him a favor. There was a 5-cent sticker on this, which means he got it from a garage sale. And you know what his favorite thing to do is getting a deal. As you could tell when we did the Nomad video, just picking through stuff wherever. So now I've given him a challenge for next year to replace what I've taken for a nickel. With inflation, it might be a dime. Anyway, so whatever. It looks a little bad. Yeah. Let's set the camera up. We'll do a little fast motion. We'll get the front stuff in as much as we can. We'll put the rockets and kind of all that on, or whatever these are called. I think they're rockets. Torpedoes? Dolly Partons? Those are down there. No, that's not what they're called. That's what I want to call them. We'll get that all kind of dialed. We'll get the front end looking like something. Then we can maybe start kind of, if I can just kind of weld this together. Stainless, but if I used to use regular mild steel, I might just rust a little bit. It'd be fine. Then we work our way to the back and get the Bel Air script and all that in. Maybe even put part of the taillight assembly on the one side if we have enough stuff. Oh no, I already found that. Yeah. We'll see what's here. Unfortunately, fasteners are going to be an issue and stuff's going to be rotten and all that, but I like to work my way through this bin. So let's get going. Unfortunately, man, it looks kind of dumb now with this big opening. We need some glass in here. I do have it, but we do need a lot of welding before we're putting glass in. Don't worry, I won't ruin it. I should put the glass in first, then weld, just to piss off the internet. Huh? Kind of looks like a car. Now it's kind of gasser look. Unfortunately, without that fender bar, that is what the hood latch attaches to, holds the fenders together, the grill mounts to. Once you have the grill in there, that's what the bar with the I guess it's the grill bar, that's the actual word, with the turn signals, and then the bumper and all that kind of hides everything in there. So I put on one bezel, the other one's pretty broke up. I don't have any hardware, so we'll just leave that. I might have another one. Went through the box looking for stuff. So I believe everything is here. I've never done this, but I got 2 large window cranks, 2 small ones. And then this here, one was zip tied together with a P on it. So for whatever reason, they had this hockey stick, a small one, and a large hockey stick. And we have large hockey stick, small hockey stick, and this. And then these 2 were together. So I assume that's everything needed, I'm hoping. But at least it's enough that I could probably make the front windows go up and down. Worst case, the backs we put in there, put them up, vice grip them, they in. What else? Oh, there's a channel the window rides on. That door has one, this one does not. And the front window rides on the wing window, which I believe is downstairs. So I really want to put the glass in, but don't worry. I'll finish all the welding first. Most of the welding, some of the welding. I'll get the welding done. So that's that. I think that's all kind of together, so that's pretty mint. So now let's work on the side, and we'll see what we can accomplish with the side trim. Put that all together. I might put the Bel Air one on first, just because I kind of want to. And we'll get that going. I had those out of the shed for like 10 minutes, and they already have dog pee on them. Stupid dogs. Anyways, we'll get that on there. I gotta cut this one little piece off, so I'll do that, then we'll set the camera up. I think they were kind of glued on, and then there was some screws. We'll just kind of self-taper them in there, hold it on, then we can kind of start putting the side trim on. Oh man, it's gonna look good. So I put the Bel Air script on. Now I spent a little time screwing around. I put a bunch of screws in it. It's bent, but you can see already, see my line of where I joined. It's already half of it's kind of gone, right? So now I don't know how well, I assume anyone who's actually fixing a real 57 Chevy Bel Air put a full quarter panel on, not these little patch panels on, but I'll just weld that up. Like I said, grind them down, it's all gonna be hidden. Now the nice thing, the bottom ones gets quite thick and has these push pins. I believe the top's kind of supposed to have the same. It might have a couple of threaded ends, because you can get in the back there, as I recall. So I'm just trying to get this all to kind of match, but I mean, there you go. That's what it'll be. Oh, okay, I'm gonna see. I had at one point a pile of clips. I bought a big box of them. Oh, they're over here. Is that them? Got these at the swap meet from Cobra Randy, Bodyman Randy. I think I paid like $5. Well, $8 maybe. Probably asked 8. I beat him down to 5. But it's just got a bunch of miscellaneous screws, clips, I don't know what. So if there's something we can use, I'll do that. Yeah, see, something like this. All sorts of stuff. So we'll see what we got there. I also just seen, I have these, which are, what are these off of? This is that, but on a sedan. Huh. I guess hardtop's way different. But it had these little clips, and I believe these clips probably the same, if I can get those out without breaking them. Unfortunately, it might be an ugly task, but they fit in there, move them over, and then just snap them in. And I'm sure buying these would be an absolute fortune. But again, this is, if you're a Tri-5 hoarder or whatever you want to call it, I don't know what it was. I guess I only need 2 to hold it on for now. I mean, if this car, if I wasn't in the Tri-5s, I was just telling Danny actually when we were out getting bits and pieces, I'm actually running out of Tri-5 stuff. Like, I'm not going to have enough to put the trim on this, all of it, which shocks me, because I've had so much Tri-5 stuff just because Typically, the cars I bought have been just, well, like this, where you get boxes of stuff. So clearly I'll put it together. I'll have, you know, spare dash pieces and all that, spare rockets, spare whatever, but the trim is hard to find. Fender trim. I don't know why I'm having trouble finding that, but the convertible I couldn't find any, and now this, it's getting to be an issue. Anyway, I'm gonna get set up. We'll get the camera set up because we have to drill some holes for this to make that stuff fit. I don't have the front piece. We may have to mod. Well, we might be able to use leftovers of this. This is gonna get butchery, but hey, we gotta make Merlin and Newbern proud. Okay, so check this out. I found in that little bin these things. This little gizmo here, it's like a little square with a little threaded end on it. These are mint. Now, I mean, I've done this lots of times. You just weld like a nut or a bolt, like make a stud to a piece of sheet metal and put it in. We got that. I put the other one in the vise, just crimped it so it got smaller. This one you can put in sideways, the tall bit. Like, that's perfect. These are gonna be like, not even temporary. This is what we're gonna use. So he's got to kind of figure it all out. So now, line those up. So that's about where that's gonna live. And then there's a big opening here. Look at this. That's perfect. Put that on there. Ouch. This one down here. Come on. You can go on there, it's fine. Thread them. Oh, actually we got a little leftover quarter panel on here I got out. So we got that. I'm just gonna put it snug with the socket just by hand, because this is gonna come off again. Check that out. Boom. Might be a little high. We could probably adjust it down based on my eyeball here. There we go. Not too bad. Go kind of back a little. Now, this top bit, I gotta figure out how we're gonna attach it. It'll go something like that. Actually, we could probably, the front could have a little screw on. Oh yeah, okay. Back to the bin, let's see what we can find. Okay, so I just found this bag, Ford Restoration 1940 belt trim clips. That'd be temporary. So all there's a little spring clip, but they're gonna be a little loose in this. We could probably mess with it if we wanted to really get her together. But see, those will just kind of fit in there. So now we need one at the front. Let's give her a test. Turn it sideways maybe? Might be a little on the small side. Just barely. You may have to kind of put them in the vise or something. Well, it's not bad. So it's going to be loose fitting. I definitely wouldn't drive. Oh, I wish I took more than just one out while I'm holding it. Come on, buddy. Use that dexterity. If I had a little more forethought, this would have been good to put these all in. So that means, again, for a temporary kind of deal. You meant if I just get two in here. Oh, that one fell out. If I can widen them, if I separate them, let's get some needle nose. Okay, so I'm going to try and widen this thing. So we'll snap that. Oof. Sure, well built. Okay, get that a little. And that might make it. Whew, we really gotta widen her. These definitely aren't the plan, but the plan for right now. Or we'll keep looking at bags of stuff, right? But oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, this one had to go forward. So that's in there pretty good. And honestly, they need a little bit more spring, kind of hold them apart. Okay, let's do this one too. We'll see if this trim will just kind of hold itself. So do that. That one there. Where's another one need to be? We'll say about there. So you got to kind of put them in. Ooh, this one's a little, might have got a little much. A little much on the stretching. See if we can crank her in there. Oh yeah, that's a good permanent fit right there. Okay, come on. I hate pushing on trim. Inevitably, you will push against it and slice your friggin' finger. Ouch. Much like that. Well, I buggered it. Where we want it. Give her a turn. Oh, this is some live action. So again, it's far from perfect, but you're starting to get the idea. Obviously, we got to mess around a bunch with all these things. Well, it doesn't quite go to the end. I guess four-door stuff is slightly different. Or this looks like it has to go back a little. See, this we have right in line. So that's where that has to be. We could oblong the holes in this and push that back a little. That's probably the plan. Or I'm gonna think about that for a minute. So I was out to lunch a little bit. I was trying to get the trim down here, which is obviously wrong as I looked at some pictures, because the bottom trim, we don't have the piece, but essentially it's going to kind of do that, which makes a lot more sense. Now we could probably make a front piece there, maybe out of some door trim. It'll probably be on the thin side, but well, we don't discriminate here, you know, body positive. So now where do I want this? I guess we'll have to kind of line that up and it'll give us about what we're trying to accomplish, right? That's why I always think it's important to save those holes best you can. Line the back up where we're gonna go in the front. Okay. Oh, I really don't want to break those. These clips, I don't like to. Oh, come on, girl. Ooh. Are we there? No. Not even close. I don't want to mangle it. This trim's kind of beat. This is how we slice fingers. Okay, we're not going to do it. Knock her back if I can. So line that up again. Look at that one. That one. Okay, hang on. Take your time. Just take your time. You don't want to mess around with trim, I tell you, especially when you're drilling freaking holes. As I've learned, it's a lot easier to drill holes than undrill them. I have the undrilling machine, but okay, so that's something about like that. Where did I put that marker? I had it in my mouth and I took it out so I could talk. Oh, there we go. So let's go ahead. Oh, just kind of mark randomly where I think it should be. Now we're slightly below the trim, so basically that's all we got to do. It's well, say 1/4 inch below. So I marked the thing. If I can do a hole 1/4 inch below, should be set. Coming out here to be motivational with me?
I came out here to tell you that dinner's ready.
Oh, I do like dinner. I just want to get this bottom piece of trim on.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
And it's Saturday, so we're going live on More Schmoo.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you're not recording, are you?
The senseless plug.
That looks good.
The hole? I am a good driller. So I'd like to just kind of smack these right on, but this top trim will fall off. It's barely hanging on. This would be nice if it would just kind of fit. Just a couple. Hold them on there. Oh, this one fell out of alignment. There we go. Oh, it's perfect. Okay. Now, this is all bent. Unfortunately, it is bigger here and then gets smaller as it goes up to the door. And then maybe it's here at the door either. It becomes the standard size. It just goes right through the fender spear. So I don't think I have another piece I can kind of buckshee together there. So again, if I use, I mean, whatever, we will do this because let's be honest. But it'll be pretty obvious that it's kind of wrong. Ooh, yeah. Extremely wrong. Well, maybe I'll just live without that piece for right now. Until I find something. How much different is it? Yeah. Half inch or so. And it might stay wide for a while. I don't know what exactly it does. But it kind of gives you the idea. Well, Danny said it's dinner time, so I won't say no to that. All right. Back at her. Had a little dinner. Not gonna lie. May have overdone it. I know it's a real shocker for you guys, but that's what happened. Anyway, so we did a little live stream on Danny's channel, More Schmoo. Thank everybody for buying t-shirts. Now, we're back to the butchery. So the plan is, safety first, boys. That's not long enough. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna zip off the end, so it'll be flat. And by flat, I mean buggered, because I'm gonna do it with a zip cut. Then we're gonna take another piece, buzz it off, mark it. Actually, we'll buzz it off on this side. Mark it, and see if we can weld that together with just some regular steel welding rod. Because I don't want to load the machine with stainless wire for one little job. And I don't want to TIG weld because I'm lazy. Well, that was a straight cut. Now, the other thing, actually, shockingly, this trim for all 10 pieces was $500. Not real deal steel, so American. But for those of you guys who are American, that's $500. It's actually pretty reasonable, I thought. So there's a guy I know that might have some. See if I can get some used stuff. Otherwise, might be worth just buying it. Okay, we're gonna go X-Acto measuring with my thumb. Okay, don't pretend you guys haven't done it. Now you take your thumb away and you remember where it was. Ooh, that's tricky. Straighten that over. Okay. So now we'll set up the welding table. I don't want to knock that over, but the trick is you want a really flat surface to weld to. Okay, we're back. I practiced a little bit. Yeah, I wouldn't say it welds great, but you know what? I probably shouldn't have clamped it right there. That was dumb. Very un-DD speed shop like. Okay. If I can get these kind of lined up. What if I should just hold it? To be honest, it'll be fine. What we're trying to accomplish here. So there's the piece on. So I didn't do a great job grinding it, but honestly, if that was flat, like I actually welded on something flat versus, you know, mangling it, and use stainless TIG, and then you know, if it was nice and flat, and you could kind of grind it all down, you could probably buff it back to nothing. And actually, I used to enjoy welding stainless. I don't know why I stopped, because nothing I have is nice, but. Guess I should focus the camera a little bit. There we go. So what I'm probably going to do is grab some more of these things. Man, these things are fantastic. I gotta run this part number. Max Antique Auto Parts. Lockport, New York. I don't know. But anyways, I love this little thing. So we'll see if these will fit in there without a whole lot of screwing around. There was a few. Yeah. I could tape it on. There we go. But there's these ones, I believe, were actually, I don't know if they're clips or if they are nut and bolt, but there's no door panel we can get to it. So if I just put one there, it'll suck in, you know, just kind of finger tight like that. Then we're only really missing that one piece, which we can kind of play with and see if we can make something else work. So these things just barely fit, but they're in there. Put two in there. Hopefully I can get to this easily. Ooh. Yeah, it might be a hassle actually now that I'm thinking about it. It could be worse. Gentle. Spin that on there. Get one to hold it. Where's the other one? Here we are. Ooh. This one sucks. Oh, it's terrible. This would be a nightmare with the glass in it, that's for sure. Well, I guess the glass would be all the way up. Don't fall. Oh. Huh, not bad. Well, the fender trim is too low, but I mean, let's be honest, it's actually something else. That's stuck on there pretty good. Okay. Do we have anything else we can mess up? So we've got this practice piece. Do we want to try and butcher it in there? The problem is the factory one, it kind of has this curvature to it, which we're not going to have in anything. I don't think. Be able to butcher enough things up to kind of work. It kind of does that. And then this obviously goes straight, so it just has a little... I'll see what else I got, but I think that might be the way she's gonna be. New day. Look at this hot rod. Looks friggin' sweet. I did find a hood bar, or what I keep calling a hood bar, maybe it's a fender bar. Ugh, it's heavy. Joins, goes together, everything kind of fits. We can now actually hang a grill on it and a bumper and all those things, which I do have some of it, but there is really no point in doing that. This heater is just absolutely killing me here. I guess we have it on maximum. Try to stay on maximum. So what we did yesterday, I just kind of cleaned the car up to show, but have the trim on, trim on. I have found a guy that has some locally, and again, I found it online. You can get all 10 pieces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So everything except for the script, both sides, so 5 per side, 10 total. I think it was $400 or $500 American, whatever it was. So, and each bit is available, like each door is 80 bucks. I really don't want to put brand new stuff on. Well, it'd be a little ridiculous putting brand new stuff on this old beater. But what we're going to do now is essentially start stripping her up back down, all trim off, because we have a pile of welding to do. And if you can tell, I'm dressed for outdoor welding. I think if we pop the door up, keep it nice and cool in here, I can weld it, keep everything cold, and hopefully I'll cause the metal not to. So this is going to be going from like patches into a complete car very shortly. It should be a good one. So thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys aren't going to freak out too bad about what I'm going to do in these quarter panel sections, but I do enjoy it. And like I said earlier in the video, Merlin's got a Ratty 57, Newbern's got a Ratty 57. I feel like I needed one too. You know, of all the 57s I've done, I clearly needed a Ratty hardtop, and I feel like I'm in the club now. So, thank you so much for watching. If you have purchased a t-shirt, I appreciate the hell of you guys for that as well. Make sure you leave a comment, let me know what you think about this hot rod. And, yeah. I think we're going to have a muffin and then start the next video, which is nothing but welding outside. Man, it's like I'm back in the trades. Anyways, see you on the next one.